for another beautiful day. The good Lord has blessed me to see. Thank you, Lord, for another day. You know what? It's too many baby boys walking around. Too many baby boys walking around. And somebody saying, what's a baby boy, JT? Mama's boys. And I know I'm finna make some men mad with this. Grown men gonna get mad at this video because once again, somebody ought to stand up and tell the truth. And y'all know me by now, I tell the truth. You know, I'm so sick of seeing this in the society, in the world. So many men won't grow up and their mamas won't let them. So many marriages are broke up now because it's too many baby boys getting married and still clinging to their mama instead of clinging to their wife like the Bible say. The Bible say a man will leave his mother to cling to his wife. And I like to go even deeper. I say a man will leave his mother and his father to cling to his wife, because you got some good fathers that are spoil their sons. There's too many baby boys walking around here, and they can't deal with their own problems. They always running back to mama, running back to daddy. And it's sad enough that in most families, a father ain't around. And the mothers sometimes don't know how to let go, because if first of all, it's hard for a wife or mother to teach their son how to become a man when they wasn't blessed with those genes, like I was saying in the other video. Now you got an unbalanced child and growed up. Now he's so unbalanced, then he done got married, and by him being unbalanced, he don't really know which way to go. And I know some sisters gonna feel me on this video. Some people, not just sisters and black folks, but it's gonna be a lot of people can feel this video, because there's too many men just can't grow up. And then they have sons that grow up doing the same thing. When you leave your mother, and I know it's hard for a lot of men to do because we love our mama. You don't play with nobody mama, but I tell my mama in the heartbeat when I get my wife, Mama, I love you, but I got to go. One thing about me, I'm not no mama's boy, no way. It's all about your wife and your own family. I'm not saying you kick your mama all the way to the curb, but you got some men trying to take care of mama house home before they take care of their own home. And then you got some mothers that's got these no good fathers. Fathers ain't working. They've been taking care of the man I don't know how long, year after year, and then they seem to think in their mind that's the way it's supposed to be, when God didn't design it like that. The Bible teaches us about our helpmate. You know, there's an old movie Tyrese did called Baby Boy. And there was so much truth in that movie. I love that movie. And when Baby Boy just was Baby Boy, his mama kept telling him, why don't you just grow up and leave the nest? And Grandma had died and left Mama the house, and Mama and Tyrese was in the house. But Tyrese got mad when Vin Rames moved in. And Vin Rames said, you know what your problem is, baby boy? Vin Rames had to check him so many times. But you look at that, Vin Rames said your problem is you got an elephant complex. You want your mama to be your woman, but that's my woman. But the first mistake was that Mama moved Vin Rames in. We see this all day, every day now. How many women done move some man in their house over their son or their daughter, and they ain't even married to him? Once again, we always go up against what the Bible say. You got some women out here putting any man in front of their own children. See, we backwards. The Bible teaches us that your husband go before your children. Not know any man that you ain't married to. Because a man is marrying you, not your children. He's supposed to love and respect your children, but he is not marrying your children. He is marrying you. And Baby Boy took him a long time to finally get to where he needed in the movie, because he just didn't want to grow up and leave the house. He even told his mom, this is Grandma's house. I ain't got to leave the nest if you ain't got to leave the nest. Once a man get at a certain age, a man need to leave home. I'm sorry. I left home at the age of 18 when I graduated, and I never went back home, and I don't plan on going back home, because I love my responsibilities as a man. I love having my own house, my own everything. I love having to come home and answer to myself. Yeah, you got some men out here just don't want to work. They don't want to pay not one bill. And you got these women allowing it to go on. It's too many baby boys. So many marriages are split up now. He just would never leave his mom alone. He always clinging to his mama, do this for his mama, but what about me? And you all right, sisters, what about you? Because it's about you. You don't marry your mama, baby boys, you marry your wife. See, I know somebody gonna get mad at this video because it's gonna be some baby boys looking at this video. I'm not doing this to make you mad. I'm doing this to encourage you and help you and make you understand that it ain't about your mother. It's about your wife. Yeah. When you go in the Bible in the beginning, God created Adam. Then God created Eve. See, he made marriage. He designed Eve to be with Adam. Never once did you see Adam trying to run to his mother, cling back to his mother. That's why God made marriage. He made that before he even created church. Your family is so important. You got to take care of home. But you got people doing everything so backwards nowadays. There's too many baby boys. They ain't never grown up. They feel like somebody's supposed to take care of them. Their mama not going to always be there. I love my mama to death, but I wouldn't dare put my mama before my wife. I tell my mama all the time, first in my life, it's God. So I take myself out of the way. It'll be God, it's God, then my wife, then my family, my mama and them. See, I have learned a long time ago, you got to leave the nest. Because if you don't grow up and learn how to be a man, when mama leave this earth, what are you going to do then? It's going to be a time when you can't run back to mama. And mamas need to quit this mess. Stop babying these childs. That's why there's too many sensitive young boys walking around here right now. Because they only know what the mother side is. And then it's sad that you got men that want to take children and guide them and lead them in the right direction, and the woman don't want to let them. When it ain't even they kids, they children. Too many baby boys. Too many baby boys. And when you look at that movie, Tyrese and Ving Rhames always had a conflict. First of all, mama was shacking up. And then he had already lost his other brother, Melvin. And what mama kept saying, mama got to have a life too. See, Tyrese should have been left the house. Yeah, mama got to have a life, and that's your choice. If you want to shack up and do all of that, that's your business. But the problem is when you get too many grown folks in one house, it's always a conflict, especially black folks. We always quick to talk about the Hispanic folks. But one thing about the Hispanic folks, when they get in the crib together, you can put a whole lot of them in the crib together, and they take care of each other. They all work and help each other. And next thing you know, they move out and go on their own. They'll take your whole street, buy the houses. See, us as black folks can't do that. Too many black folks get in one house, they're going to start stealing from each other. They're going to start selling dope. Some ain't going to want to work, period. So we got to learn how to be men. Grow up as a man. Like Paul was teaching us when I was a child, I done as a child. I did childish things, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Mamas need to let these baby boys grow up to be men. You got some men can't even speak for themselves. And the problem is these mamas that do this, they husband done, most of the time the husband, they probably didn't have no husband at all. He been gone or he done died a long time ago, and they try to live their life through their children. That's why the marriage is split up. They always want to tell their sons how to run their marriage. Now you got to let go, mothers. Baby boys. You need to do this, you need to do that. No, mama, you need to stay out of my business. See, it's too many people letting their mothers in on their business. You ain't marrying your mother. The Bible once again say you cling to your wife. Leave your mama and your daddy alone. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Your daddy ain't the one. You ain't going home, going to bed to your mama and your daddy. You going home to your wife. You don't have to answer to your mother. You answering to your wife. You going home to your wife. That's why God needs to be the head of all marriages. Not self. But that's the problem. Ain't no God in it. People are getting married and doing what they want. Mama boys never growed up. Some grown men right now never growed up to be grown men. They grown men, but they childish. They still got the mentality of a kid. You got some young kids more grown than some of these grown men. The Bible say you train up a child in the way they should go, and when they get old, they will not depart from it. But how can you train the child up if you're babying them? Training is not babying them. Training is showing them, guiding them, teaching them. That's not babying them. And these women that do this, these mothers that do this, they be so miserable in their life. You got grown men that ain't never left home and they ain't gonna even plan on leaving home. And I'm not doing this to make nobody mad. But how can you learn men qualities? You need to get outside and go learn how to change some oil. Go knock something down and see if you can fix it. Go buy some tools. Do something. Learn how to be a man. I hear so many sisters complaining because they marry a man that don't know how to do nothing. He don't even know how to change a flat. All he care about is his good looks. He's just a pretty boy, but you knew that before you married him. You know he ain't finna fix nothing. You know he ain't finna go in the kitchen and cook nothing. You know he ain't finna clean nothing. That's what he married you for. And they still going back to their mother. You got mamas still taking care of their sons. Their sons ain't gonna worry about them because they think mama gonna be there the rest of their life. You put half of them on their own by themselves, they can't pay for no bills, no house mortgage, no rent by themselves. They still clinging to their mama for that. Now women need to let these men go and learn how to be responsible, men. Learn how to take up for yourself. That's why I'm such an outspoken person, man. My mama did a beautiful job with me. I thank God for my mom. I love my mama. Taught me so much. But see, my mama couldn't teach me how to be a man, though. She could only talk about it. But my daddy had to be there to teach us how to be a man. That's why I say it's sad that a lot of folks ain't in the house. But see, not only we had daddy, but we had a lot of folks in the church to look up to. So even if my daddy wasn't around, I would have still had somebody to look up to. We had a lot of great examples in the church. A lot of great examples. That's why I hate when church don't talk about stuff like this. We don't want to talk about sex, like I was saying in the other video. We leave so many topics out of the church, and little children need to hear this. Grown men need to hear this. Men, let's grow up. Take care of your own responsibilities. We easily lay down with a woman and get them pregnant, but as soon as the baby comes, we run away. See what I'm saying? And then go make another baby here, go make another baby there. We got too many babies out of wedlock. There's too many baby boys walking around. Grow up, man. Pull your pants up. Stop walking around here with this same old Willie Lynch syndrome, thinking it's about pants hanging on the ground and running women, being a player and slanging dope. It is more out of life than that junk. It is. That stuff will lead you to damnation. Too many mama boys. How many mama boys do we know right now? And I put the fault on a lot of the women that do this. Because you should know at a certain age, when your son is getting older and older, you got to stop babying them. And you got to quit making up the excuses that it ain't no man around them. Them just excuses. The Bible tells us to train up a child. I know some cold-blooded women that's raising these children, and they ain't babying them. That's the only reason I say that. That's an excuse, because I see both sides. And the truth lies somewhere in the middle. I see some women that's installing in their young men how to be. Showing them the right way. And they'll tell them now, I can't do no more with you. You know one of the greatest examples of this? If everybody can remember the movie Boys in the Hood. Remember Boys in the Hood when Angela Bassett, when Trey was growing up. She said, I can't teach you how to be a man. So she took Trey to his father, which was Lawrence Fishburne. She said, I can no longer teach you how to be a man. Your father have to do that. And then Trey became a great man. He was still in the hood, and he was around a whole lot of examples of what not to be, because they was shooting and killing. He was around Ice Cube, and Ice Cube hung around nothing but bad folks. But Ricky was Ice Cube's brother, and Ricky was brought up right. All he cared about was playing football. See what I'm saying? And they had a bad father. See what I'm saying? My point is, though it was no father in the house, but look how Ricky turned out. Trey had his father, Ricky didn't. Trey was a great friend, and Lawrence Fishburne was an encourager, not to only just Trey, but to Ricky and everybody else. That's what I'm saying. Let these real men get in and discipline your child if they want to be with you. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If the man is following God and he's right and righteous as a man, let that man discipline your kids, because these kids are unbalanced and you got grown men unbalanced. See, people fail to realize that little child is going to grow up and be a man. He's going to be an unbalanced man. He's going to be a grown man but a baby boy. Remember what I was saying, what Willie Lynch was doing to the black woman. How he took the black woman versus the black man. Showed him how to when a nigga baby was gonna be born, as he put it. Take that nigga child and the nigga woman. See, y'all people don't want to read. And abusing that woman's mind, making her messed up in her mind, that child, when he grow up, he's gonna be physically strong. But he's gonna be weak-minded. That Willie Lynch syndrome. We still living in it. Still living in it. And you got so many baby boys now that they will run back to where they mother. Oh, Willie Lynch did a number with that letter. God almighty. Got too many men. That's baby boys. Men, I know you're going to get mad at this because there are some baby boys. There's too many of them. Grow up. Grow up and be the man that God needs you to be. Mama, stop babying your sons. And you wonder why they turning up and starting to go with the strange flesh. Because all they know is mother. And mother, which is a woman, they learning all the woman traits. Well, my mama said this, my mama said this, my mama said that. God almighty. Start training these young men how to be a man. Stop babying them. Stop picking them up all the time when they little. Stop all that mess. Because you are spoiled. That young man gonna be rotten. He already don't have a father. And then you're gonna start ruining your own life. Like I see too many women like this. They by themselves. And if they kids wasn't around, these kids are grown men now. If they wasn't around, the mama wouldn't know what to do. Because mama don't want to remarry. Especially in the older generation. They don't want to remarry. They don't even want to go out and go to the movies. They don't want to do nothing. They want to just sit at the house and gossip on the phone. And live their life through their children. Now you need to grow up and leave the nest. Too many baby boys. God bless.